am never doing another stakeholder interview.
You're right. There are new stakeholders popping up like mushrooms out of the ground after it rains.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I regret offering to help. As the project sponsor, I should just sit back and observe this process and not actually do some of these interviews with some of these executives. I had the list of board directors on my list of stakeholders, and that's appropriate, but they were a treat. But I'm happy we did this process because, you know, if we had missed them, it would have been a bad mistake.
Well, I think we have some great information that's going to save us heaps of trouble further on down the line. And now we can get started on planning our communications.
Oh, great! That's me! Okay, I have got the mock-up of our mug with Zippy. Huh? The project mascot? Right?
That's terrific. I didn't know you'd gone to art school.
No, I didn't.
Well, now let's get back to talking about our communications plan.
So Zippy in the mug?
Let's save that for later, okay? So what goes into this communications plan?
Well, from our stakeholder interviews, we know the information needs and requirements that the stakeholders have.
No kidding. I have got a laundry list.
Well, we can discuss what technology to use and assess the communications channels and models and then talk about what methods we'll use. That includes who's going to be accountable for giving the information to the stakeholders.
What is all the information we gathered in these endless interviews?
Well, that's going to go into our stakeholder register, and we're going to use that as the basis for our communication requirements and analysis for the stakeholders. See, they don't all want the same information. They don't all want the same level of detail.
Do you mean to tell me that we have to have special, customized communications plans for each of our stakeholders?
Well, no. No, but the key stakeholders will get customized communication plans so that we can keep their support and give them the data that they're going to need. For example, a manager who's going to lend us people is a person that we very much want to keep appraised of any schedule changes.
Well, that makes sense because there is nothing worse than getting a schedule change at the last minute.
Ah, Wendy, how can you say that? You do that to my marketing people all the time.
Lorraine, we are talking about communication project right now.
The other thing that we'll need to decide is the technology that we're going to use for communications and the communications model.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. We're not just talking about shoveling information out the back door, but basically managing a relationship with our stakeholders.
Exactly right. That's key, and that's something that I'm going to spend like 90% of my time doing.
Ha, I thought you spent all your time just pointing to people saying, you do that and you do that.
And I thought you spent most of his time actually, taking credit for everybody else's work.
Look, the last thing we'll do is add our decisions about the communications methods we're going to use to get the right information to the right stakeholders at the right time.
And all of this goes into your stakeholders register?
That's absolutely right. So let's look over this information and see if we can knock out this communications management plan. I think we can start by talking about the board directors.